Wine for a coffee place. What you got to give it to me.
Just the monitors for me. 1, 2, yeah. That sounds pretty good. Put them together and see what we got. Yeah. All right. You can tweak as needed. Obviously. How's that for Diva?
No surprises.
That was a Diva sound check.
Hey, we're going to turn and burn here. Welcome again to the 30A Songwriters Festival, 5th annual, 2014. So give yourselves a hand for being here. We can't do it without you. Dear friend Mary Gauthier, we've had some amazing moments with her. Some of you remember some great moments, even when we used the room in the front there. Shelley Wright had some great, just inspiring moments, this lady. Give you a brief rundown for those who aren't acquainted. Kind of a late bloomer on the songwriter scene, but man, she has blossomed into one of the best ones out there, I believe. And she's an inspiration to so many people for so many reasons. 2002, she got Best Indie CD of the Year with Filth and Fire. 2005, named New Artist of the Year with Mercy Now by the Americana Music Association. Written up by New York Times, LA Times, all the press that knows what's up. And just a dear friend of Central Square Records and all of us, and I'm so pleased to have her again. Give a warm welcome to Mary Gauthier.
Well, the grasses are swaying, sun's going down, music's playing. You're weaving through town, pull into the driveway, throw it in park. I'm hot. Hang on. The coat was necessary about an hour ago, and it's not anymore. I remember one time I went to see Bruce Coburn at the Orpheum Theater in Boston. And that's a good 2,000 seat theater, and it was sold out. And he did what I just did. He played like 4 bars of a song, and he goes, "I gotta pee." And he put the guitar down. And he went and peed. I think that gave me permission. I also saw Bruce Springsteen at that same theater during the Tom Joad tour, and he had a 12-string guitar that went completely out of tune, and he couldn't get it back in. Which gave me so much to be excited about. Like, okay, if the boss can't tune the guitar, who am I to freak out when mine goes crazy? You know? So let me try another song anyway. You know, I got a bunch of new ones. I'm just going to play the new ones for y'all. That's what I feel like doing. You don't have to worry, they're not any happier than the old ones. It's such a strange job I have. People at the CD table look at me and they say after a show, "You know, you look happy." The undertone of that is, "I hope your joy ain't gonna fuck up your songs." I got me walk on the tracks by the Cumberland River, over the bridge past Lover's Leap. I'm moving on through the pain, through the pain, waiting on another train, another train. I tore a hole in the pocket of the jacket you bought me in that thrift store in Camden Town. Behind the station, you wrapped your arms around me. You built me up, you tore me down. But I'm moving on through the pain, through the pain, waiting on another train, another train. December sunset, I can see my breath disappear in the cold winter night. The bums are gathering driftwood down by the river. A whistle blows a lonesome cry. But I'm moving on through the pain, on through the pain, waiting on another train, another train. I am moving on through the pain, through the pain, waiting on another train, another train. There'll be another train. Among hobos. I never met him, but I read his obituary, and it was a headlined obituary in the New York Times, which is a pretty big deal for a hobo. And it got my attention because it said, Steam Train Maury Graham, king of the hobos, dead at age 89. It made me wonder, gosh, who made him king? Utah Phillips told me he was the king of the hobos, and I wouldn't take him for a liar. Well, it turns out Steam Train Maury Graham, he was elected king at the annual Hobo Convention, held every year for over 100 years now in a place called Britt, Iowa. It's the only thing ever held in Britt, Iowa, so if you go there, everybody can tell you where the convention is and what to expect. The hobo elections are done by a show of applause. The candidates are self-nominated. And Steam Train was elected more times than any other man. He was the king of kings. Made me want to know him. So I Googled him to see what he looked like. There wasn't a picture, and I immediately landed on his publicity photo. He did have one, and made him look so handsome standing there next to a steam train. To me, he looked like Santa Claus. He looked like Santa Claus the day after Christmas, but Santa Claus. And I could tell from his sparkly eyes that he was a ladies' man. And I immediately knew that there were women who fell for him against their better judgment in large numbers. He had that charisma. Willie has that in his eyes. When you look into Willie Nelson's eyes, you don't see an age. You see God. And then the trouble begins. But I felt my heart rate increase when I saw his picture, and initially it was kind of confusing. I wasn't sure what I was feeling. But then I realized, of course I know what I'm feeling. This is simple. It's love. I love this guy. So I wrote this for him. Old Steam Train Maury died last night. His wife Wanda by his side. He called the westbound out of here, hopped the high irons to the by and by. They say he jumped 10,000 trains, rode 1,000,000 miles for free. Helped out at VA hospitals and penitentiaries. Dandy Dave and Rusty Nails and Sweet Lady Sugar Cane. Dead-Eye Kate and the Baloney Kid raised their cups tonight in Steam Train's name. Senators and congressmen, puppets on a string. Among windswept vagabonds, Steam Train was the king. He was the last of the hobo kings. He was the last of the hobo kings. Wander around. Tramps dream and wander too, but a hobo was a pioneer who preferred to work for food. And he knew how our nation was doing by the length of a sidewalk cigarette butt. Born with an aching wanderlust embedded in his gut. Hounded, beaten, laughed at, broke, chased out of every town. With his walking stick scepter and his shredded coffee can crown the last. of the Hobo Kings. He was the last of the Hobo Kings. Free men are hobos, Steinbeck said, and paid them cash. The stories he bought from them helped him to write The Grapes of Wrath. But boxcars have been sealed for years, and trespassers do time. Railroad yards are razor wired, and now hobo ends are crying. So here's to your steam train, Maury. Hold that westbound tight as you ride off into history. The last hobo, the last ride, the last.